Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to work this privet, or well, ligustrum. It's found quite a lot in hedgerows everywhere. Actually, it is a Japanese plant. It's native to Japan, but it came over here, being widely used as a hedging plant. It's very good to use for bonsai, because it's a hedging plant. It just twigs off really quickly, and you get a nice, really tight bush over a short amount of time. And as well, they just grow quick. You can develop them really fast, which is what we really want in bonsai, because we not really have a lot of time on hand. So, and bonsai takes a long time to develop. So, anywhere where we can cut any quarters by using fast-growing plants, it really helps with us. The tree is bought early this year from a private collection. The tree has been left to grow for the later part of the year. As you can see, there's some longer shoots on there. It's not too crazy, and as you can see here underneath, we'll make some pictures of it later on. There's some nice signs of good ramification on there. So the previous owner had to have this tree for a long time, and yeah, so there's a lot of work already went into this tree. So now it's just my job to just cut the long bits out, cut the branches off we don't need, and then we're gonna just work towards the design what we want for a tree for a future image, and then we'll go from there. Just need to sort the deadwood out as well. So there's quite a lot of deadwood on there. We'll just have to give that a good brush. So you can see it's quite a bit of green on there. So we just don't want any bacteria in there really, because the bacteria just breaks the wood down. So we're going to clean it up with a wire brush. There's still some dead bark on there, so we're going to just take that all off, because I'm just only going to trap some moisture in. So yeah, and then it's just all about preserving the deadwood we have there really. As privets have really soft wood, so they just decay quite quickly, so we have to really be on it to just preserve that, like a deadwood preserver on there. I use deadwood preserver from Repotted from Bonsai, natural deadwood preserver. That just, it doesn't make it really white, just like with junipers and pines, but it just kind of gives that kind of natural shade to it, natural color, which we really want in deciduous trees. As with evergreen trees, it's just more likely to have it stained white. It's more desirable, but it depends from person to person. Some people like it more greyish, and some people like it really white. It just depends on what you really like. have cut all the leaves off, and we reduced the length of the branches as well. So I cut all the long shoots back. Cut all the leaves off so we can see all the ramification we have, and then later on we'll go and do some wiring. So it's pretty good where it is now, but some of the branches can be a little bit better positioned. Some of them are just going into each other, so like this, they're just growing into each other. So one of them will get less sunlight, so we want to just space them out a little bit more, so all the buds get evenly light everywhere. So branches like that, we want to just bend them down a little bit. So just a tiny bit of wire is required there, not too much. Like the really big ones here, we can put any wire on there, but it's just gonna be too thick and too ugly just to bend that. You can try to just put a little bit of a guy wire on if you want to bend it down a bit, but they've been grown for quite a while and they're quite big, so we can't really change that anymore. So we just have to, the only thing we can change is the smaller ones on the end. So now we come to our next part. It's taking the dead bark off the tree. So I've started a little bit here, just a little bit dead stuff over there. So there's going to be some dieback here in the past, so there's a little bit dead over here, and then it runs across there. So as you can see here, we've got a nice strong callus line going there, and this is the dead part. And then over here we just still got some live, well, used to be live bark, some old bark there. So for us now, we have to just start from here, and then we're gonna use a Dremel power tool with a brush on, like this, on a very slow speed, and we're just gonna move from the outwards, we're gonna move in. So, and then when we're gonna see a different color in bark, normally with the privet is normally it's green, we stop. So that's where the live part is, unless you want to change the shape of it, then you can go further, but it's not necessary because there's already quite a lot of deadwood on there, so we want to keep as much life on there as possible. So we're just gonna chase that round to where it's alive, and then we're gonna see how it turns out. Can see here, there's a little bit of a light green color there, so that's where the live is, so that's where we stop, and then we can just chase that back down below. Just gonna switch to a different tool. This is a saburrtooth, available from Bonsai. Normally they're yellow, green or orange color, but I had this for quite a while now, and the color has worn off, but the carbide is still pretty good for carving. So because the bark is quite old, so it's attached to it really, to the deadwood. So when you got fresh bark to remove, it's a lot easier. So when it's dead for a long time, it's kind of attach itself to the deadwood, and it's gonna get a bit harder to get off. So we need something more substantial here. can see here, there's a nice little knobbly line there. So normally you would think it's just gonna be dead straight, but sometimes you just get little curly live veins like this, so you can't just always just go like, oh, this just from here it's all dead, and then just strip all that off. So this is quite a nice surprise there, that's still alive, so it gives a little bit of interest to it instead of just a straight line. So we just focused on just getting the bark off and not doing any carving. So the tool I was using, you can carve with that as well, carve any wood away, but we might do that a bit later. I'm just gonna take all the bark off first, see where the life is, and then we can turn the tree to the front again and see if we need to adjust some of the dead wood to make it nicer. We've got the same here on the back. So as you can see here, it's quite a lot of dieback down there. So it just goes around there, and the same here. It just goes around there and up. So this is all dead as well. So I need to clear this area out of the dead bark. Tree is all finished now. We put in a very nice John Pitt pot from 2014. Very nice handmade pot. The light brown color, I think it accentuates the color of the branches quite well. So it just fit quite nice. Deadwood is stained white. The customer wanted more elaborate, more white. So instead of just having a natural deadwood preserver, I used lime sulfur. So it really pops, but that's just the customer's taste. So yeah, so at the beginning of the video, the tree was just quite two-dimensional, so the branches just came from just one way really, apart from branches here in the back for depth. That's the only branch you have there, really, so we've got nothing here in the front. So anything for depth for the front, really, we just want to just move them forward a bit. So the one here from the side, I tried to pull as far as possible, same as that one there. That one came from the back, so they become almost a side branch there, to cover that space in there. I've still just got a little bit more space in there to fill up, but in the future I'm planning to just grow one of those out into there, so that fills that space up there a little bit more, so it's a bit more balanced. So yeah, being that deadwood, there's nothing you can do really, unless you're just gonna grow a top out of here and make a second top there. That's a possibility. But yeah, so we try to just pull them in a little bit, so the front is not as open as it used to be. So it's a bit more of a giveaway really when you see just the open door basically. It's more of a mystery to it if you just have it just slightly open, so you can see it's just a little bit mystery there. So but hopefully in the summer, when this in spring summer, when it's all the leaves are on, it will be a little bit more hidden, so it will be a little bit better. But of course the citrus tree should be shown without the leaves, so you can see the whole ramification of it.